Welcome to the Mundane and the Arcane, a D&D 5e homebrew podcast. This is our special monster edition, or you can use the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag TMaTA. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Stacy.
And joining us for this adventure is our special guest DM, Percy. Percy, why don't you get us started?
When last we left off, you guys had dodged the zombie soccer ball that had been floating through the astral plane. You landed on what appeared to be the corpse of the dragon goddess Tiamat. And that's just kind of where you are. You've got the orc Torsk anvil with you, and you've been sent by kind of the Legion, the Council of Archons, as it were, to stop the Traveler and the Former from joining all of the material planes together.
Yeah, because that's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not very good. So you do know that Torsk is not from Faerun. Torsk is from a realm called Eberron, and that's why she has this dragon mark on her chest or on her stomach on the armor, and why she can do so many really cool things.
Wait, Torsk is a woman?
I think so. I thought so.
She is now.
She is now.
She's
I don't know if it was ever established.
No.
I think how you made apparently her sound was male, but
Yeah.
it could just be
grunty and orky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I have definitely played in games where people have used like the opposite voice of their gender. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She's just grunty and orky.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So we had some kind of like laser that we were following, or did we follow that at the end of last session?
You followed that. That's what led you to this corpse.
Oh, we're at the corpse. That's right.
Yeah.
The Corpse of Tiamat. Sounds like a metal album.
Hell yeah.
Probably
it does.
is. It's actually called an orichalcum album in this realm.
Oh, this is the worst.
So what do you guys do? Up until now, we've been on a sort of path, but at this point, you know what you need to know, or what you're able to know anyway, to begin hunting down the Traveler and the Former.
Osrin is going to roll a perception check.
Great. Now, are you standing still, or are you kind of exploring this body as you do that?
Kind of walking around the corpse, but not like I'm trying to be like aware of the surroundings as I'm checking it out.
Sure.
Okay, so that's a 12.
Okay, cool. So I'll say you do find it, but it takes you quite a while. If anybody else wants to roll a perception check to add to that, anything higher will decrease the amount of time it takes to find what you guys are looking for.
I'll give it a shot. 23.
Wow, okay.
I think that's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that helps. It almost doubled it. So Osrin got you guys on the right track.
Yeah, I did.
Glint, was that you that made that roll?
That was Glint, yes.
Okay, cool. Glint sees that Osrin is on the right path, or Ozzy, as he likes to be called, is on the right path and helps to find a doorway. It's more of really a crack in the dragon's carapace that's kind of in between two of its 5 necks. But this is the by far easiest way in that's not like through the mouth or the anus.
But
although if you wanted to take either of those entries.
First I thought it was like a noose, and I was like, it's a 5-headed dragon. Like, how does it have a noose? Took me a minute.
That has at least
just one neck.
Yeah, at least one. I do the thing. I'm going to walk in the doorway.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
So you guys kind of squelch through this open and decaying wound in between the 2 necks of this giant dead dragon goddess.
Hey, guys. This smells amazing.
The anus isn't the only other opening, you know.
Oh,
There is the front butt.
this is the front butt. It's the neck butt. It's gross.
However, as you guys step through the front butt, you walk from a decaying dragon hide into a room built of solid white stone with 4 doors across from you. The door on the left is green with a shining, shimmering blood red symbol that shows a stag's head like a skull, although it's covering something else. The door directly to the right of that door is navy blue with what seems like actual starlight dotting the surface, almost like you're looking up into a night sky. The door to the right of that is a black door with a white flame writhing over an anvil. And the last door, the door on the right side, is resplendent gold with the symbol of the scales of justice made from marbled stone to signify a balance between law and chaos.
Wendy walks up to the stag symbol.
Okay.
And traces her finger along the antlers and the skull.
Something just feels very familiar to you.
But not too familiar?
But not too familiar.
But not familiar.
He did it. He finished it.
Is so familiar.
He did it.
As Wendy's doing that, Ozzy is going to go to the black door with a white flame and do a perception check.
So it would be more insight. Perception would just kind of show you,
Okay.
There's a door with a white fire on it.
So insight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do an insight check.
Okay.
That is a 14.
So as you approach this door, you almost feel the stitching on your body begin to burn. Not in a searing, painful way, but in a very certain reminder of what happened to you when you were in the pits of whatever number of hell you were in.
Okay.
Grabthar goes up to the navy blue door with the stars on it.
All right. So you approach the door with stars on it, and you can roll an insight, or you can just tell me what your passive insight would be, 10 plus whatever your modifier is.
That would be 15.
Okay, cool. So 15 definitely gets you where you want to go. So you approach the door with the stars, and you feel like a calling, like whatever you've been looking at the stars to find for your entire life is behind this door somehow.
Whoa.
Your character's so deep.
Yeah. Super deep.
He's really introspective, not very wordy.
Glenn's going to look at his companions all kind of picking a door, and he's going to approach the final one.
You hear humming as you approach it, similar to the humming that you heard when you guys were on top of kind of the council chamber of the Archons just a little bit ago.
Oh, well, not supposed to be back there yet. Probably shouldn't go through.
Or you could just go through, man. I'm definitely going to go through this door.
So
With the stars.
Ozzy's going to actually move to the navy door also and roll an insight on that one.
Oh, get out of here. This is my door.
We can share.
No.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
This is totally my door, bro.
But we can go together.
Last time you said that, I ended up all sticky.
I'm going to roll an insight on the door.
That was, okay. Roll it up.
That's a 14.
So you just still feel the draw to the other door. When you approach this door, it just kind of feels to you like a normal door. In fact, as you get closer to this door personally, it just looks painted. Like from afar, it looks very real, but as you personally get closer, it looks more and more fabricated.
All right. This door seems boring. I'm going to go back over to my door.
It's because you can't see it.
I'm going to roll a perception check.
Okay.
So I can go beyond
what are you looking for?
Fingering the door. Not perception, sorry, insight to understand the door.
Okay.
Oh, that's stupid. That was a modified 4.
Yikes.
Yeah, you don't get a sense of anything
Other
going
than
on.
than the original familiarity.
Right.
Ozzy's going to touch his door and caress it.
Yeah, you get kind of the same feeling. All of the doors, if you check the door, none of them are locked.
But I want to feel it. I don't want to open it. I just want to feel it.
Wendy's going to open the door. She finds the handle
Okay.
and
So
pushes it open.
Wendy, you open your door, and in front of you is a sort of blackness, almost a void,
Mm-hmm.
but you can tell that you can walk through it.
I'll walk through it.
All right. So is anybody going to follow Wendy?
Oh, I'm going to go through my door.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're all planning on going through our own door.
Does anybody else think it's weird that we all have doors that seem to be drawn to us?
No, man, it's destiny. Wait, let me try it again. It's destiny. You know?
No.
No, I've been stuck on the mortal plane for hundreds of years. I don't know crap about destiny.
Okay, it's
Well, you don't have to be an asshole about it.
this is like your door is your door, you know what I mean, man? And like my door is my door, and their doors are their doors. And these are our paths that we have to walk through. It's our time down here.
So
Thanks,
Glenn,
Coach.
what is your wisdom, Glenn?
16.
16. Okay, so like a +3. And are you trained in insight or anything?
I am. Actually, I think +6 to my insight.
You have +6, so you're a 16. So your passive insight is going to tell you that these doors, while they are next to each other, do not go to the same place.
All right, I'm going to go follow Wendy.
Okay, cool. So you follow Wendy. Yeah, what I'm telling you through Glenn's insight check is that if everybody went through their own door, this would be a long, boring episode where we're doing one person's story at a time.
And Wendy's
Guys.
like the last person to last character to hesitate on anything. She's like, "Ooh, this looks like me. I'm going to open this door."
Yeah, that's why Glenn's jumping right in to go behind her.
But wait, that's not your door.
So Glenn goes through Wendy's door.
I don't trust us all separating.
Ozzy's going to follow.
Okay, cool. Now you don't have to follow.
No, Ozzy's going to follow.
Okay, cool. What about Grabthar?
He's too dumb. He doesn't know.
He doesn't even open his door. He just stares at it.
He's so pretty.
He's gonna stare at his door, and he's gonna look at everybody going through Wendy's door, and he's gonna look back at his door, and he's gonna go, "I'll be back for you. We'll have our own special time door. But for now, I have to go with my friends. This was the time maybe for us, but instead it's a time for someone else. And I need to go pursue that time door."
Turn, turn, turn. There is a reason. Turn, turn, turn.
Whoa.
Ozzy's going to poke his head back out of the door. Come on, idiot.
You are harshing my mellow, man. I'm gonna just say goodbye to my door real fast. Grabthar kisses the door.
Tongues it a little bit, I'm sure.
No. He's got his hand spread on the door frame, and he leans in and just kisses it very gently, and then walks into Wendy's door.
It's weird, but the door kisses you back.
Bro, the door just reciprocated.
The door reciprocates. It kisses you right back.
Nice.
Oh, door. This was we're gonna have so much time for this.
Glenn's going to do his best to like throw his voice, be like, "I'll miss you."
I'll miss you too, door.
It's not when he gets back.
Ooh.
Pull the handle.
I would like to not be here for that session.
Are you coming with us or not?
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
I just needed to
Cool.
spend some quality time with my door. It's my special door.
Just had to finish that.
Huh?
Had to finger the door.
Okay, so Wendy.
Yeah. Everyone knows it's Wendy.
Wendy, what were the woods near your old home when you were a child like?
There were various evergreen and like maple and oak type trees. There were some elements of otherworldliness, but they were kind of faint, like it would be on Faerun in general. It was a pretty chill pretty nice, calm forest with some wildlife, and she used to run through it and play with her friend.
Okay, great. So you guys all find yourself deposited in a scene much like that one. It's the dead of winter. There's snow kind of filtering onto the ground through the leaves of the trees, and it is just a black night. The only light that you can see is the snow on the ground. Everything else seems dark and undistinguishable.
Ozzy's gonna frolic in the snow.
Okay. Ozzy gallops around a little bit. Of course, if you have dark vision, you can see the outlines of trees and stuff like that. But the scene before you is very dense and dark and snowy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pull out my sextant and try to read the stars?
You pull out your sextant and you point it at the sky. Go ahead and roll a perception. It's going to be a fairly hard check because there are several clouds in the sky, but maybe you can get a read if you get high enough.
22.
Perfect. So what are you trying to read from your sextant? Are you just trying to get kind of a read of the stars in general?
Yeah, I kind of want to figure out like exactly where we are, if we really are back home or if we are somewhere else.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce this concept to you guys just so you kind of know where things are heading. We're going to use something called a progress clock, where basically, depending on the number of successes you get, the closer you'll get to kind of solving the puzzle, as it were. Okay. I'll give you hints and clues as you go along so that A, it's not super ambiguous and like there's a definite end to it. And B, it's not like you guys are kind of wondering what to do next. This way you can kind of just do things and eventually you'll find the end. So this will count as the first success on that progress clock for sure.
Boom!
Way to start us off.
Yeah, very nice. Very well done, even for a really difficult check. And for all intents and purposes, you can see that. What? I don't get it. Okay, anyway.
It's just tent.
For all intents and purposes, you feel like you're back in Faerun, but your read of the stars shows that it's not the same year. Like your position, the way that the stars are positioned in the sky, this is much, much older than the day you left.
Okay, so would I be able to tell how far back?
Yeah, Wendy, how old are you?
Back in this time period or right now?
Back in this time period.
I'd say about...
Like, I guess, how far back is it? Like 50 years, 100 years, 200 years?
About 100 years.
Okay, cool. That's
Give
how far back it is.
So it's closer to her human childhood.
Right.
So she would be, I'm just going to say she would be about 8 years old, about the time that the incident was about to take place.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I do have a 60-foot light constantly glowing around me, by the way.
That is true. Yeah. So you're actually casting kind of an eerie glow throughout the forest that you guys are in. As you turn, you're like casting shadows from the trees and everything. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really beautiful.
I guess, Wendy, this was your door. Do you know where we're going?
I have no idea where we are. I think I've been here before.
I guess just take us the best way.
She sniffs the air. Do I need to roll something?
What do you want to do?
Should I roll a perception? I'll roll a perception.
Yeah, you can either roll perception or insight. Perception would kind of give you maybe some clues as to where you are, but insight would maybe give you more memories, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll roll an insight.
Okay.
A 10, which is a 9.
All right, so that's going to be a failure.
Yeah, this sucks.
So as Ozzy is frolicking in the snow, he's gonna like scope out the scene and roll a perception.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll it out.
That is a 21.
So as you're kind of skipping through the snow, you get near to a particular tree and you see a yellow piece of cloth that's been ripped off of something and is hanging to one of the lower branches.
I'm going to investigate it.
Okay.
That's a 15.
15? what you can tell from the cloth is really that whoever was here either just didn't see that they ripped their clothes or was running by, so couldn't stop to grab the cloth. But the snow has been falling kind of too long to really get any tracks or anything.
Okay, can I tell like what kind of material it would be made out of? Like if it's something that would be like a rich material or just like a common material?
Yeah, it's definitely a common material. It's just kind of like dyed cotton.
Okay.
Grabthar, do you have survival?
Yes.
Hey, nature boy, star guy, Grabthar.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you think you can take a look at this piece of cloth and see on which direction it might be torn from?
I guess maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
This is the guy we're depending on?
I mean,
Hey, I'm dependable.
smokes enough leaves. I'm assuming he knows enough about plants.
I prefer edibles, but I do what I gotta do to get by. All right, so survival.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 9.
Modified?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I did real bad.
Yeah, that's going to be a failure. You don't really get any new information from it at all.
I get no new information from this.
Not surprised.
You're right. We shouldn't have trusted him.
Wendy walks up to the cloth and takes it and gives it a sniff.
Interesting. So go ahead and roll me an insight, or I would take a survival check from you as well.
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 14.
A 14 for insight of smelling the cloth. So you don't like recognize the scent as like maybe your cloth or anything like that, if that was kind of the direction you were going.
Mm-hmm.
But you do recognize the creature it was from. You recognize the scent as being that of a gnome.
This was a gnome.
Oh, those fuckers.
Hey, Tristan's a gnome. Our friend Tristan that we're all friends with.
That's how I know
Tristan
gnomes
is
are
a
assholes.
Who's Tristan?
He's that boy that we're all friends with.
Yeah, he lives out in the woods. I guess
As
kind of
gnomes
similar.
do.
Yeah,
Kind of similar to this area.
Tristan's a gnome and he's our friend. That's how we all know each other.
Friend?
Yeah.
I think Wendy doesn't
Does-
actually know Tristan. She knows his family.
Does friend play?
Yeah. he's real cool.
So, Wendy, as you say that, you get kind of a rush of memory back from when you were a smaller child, and you remember playing with the gnome in a yellow like tunic, but you don't like remember name, and you can't really see its face. You just remember running through the forest, either playing tag or something like that. And that's kind of where the memory kind of slips out, and you hear like almost a hissing voice that just kind of says like a welcome back. And then the memory fades entirely. It's something that you like feel like you should be able to hold on to, but can't quite grasp.
She kind of falls on her knees and puts her hand over her face, trying to hold on and then shake it because she can't grasp it. She can't keep it. So she's just clutches her face and forehead like she's in pain.
Wendy, you all right?
So, Wendy, you can roll me a constitution check to shake that off.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Congrats.
I was going to assist by giving her some pot brownies, but...
Give her a psychedelic experience.
Your nat 20 is going to let you remember that voice. So you can't really get the memory back. You feel like there's still something that you're missing, but you remember somebody talking to you that wasn't a part of that memory.
She looks around and asks, "Where are you? Who are you?" Her voice starts to sound a little more human for a second.
Yeah, as you say that, you see small footprints in the ground leading away from the tree. They're kind of happening one at a time.
She points out the footprints to the rest of the party and starts following them.
Whoa, those weren't there a minute ago.
Cool. Survival, Arcana, there are a lot of skills that could help here if anybody wants to make one.
Yeah, I'll make an Arcana check.
I'll roll survival.
Okay, go for it.
I'll roll a survival as well.
I got a 12.
Osrin rolled an 18 on Arcana.
Perfect.
That's great because I rolled a 10 on survival.
All right, so Ozzy, you follow these tracks through the snow and they stop at the base of another tree where there's kind of if you dig through the snow a little bit, you find a small pool of blood, and at the bottom of it, there's a bigger piece of cloth. And on this cloth is a piece of a poem.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Jackass. Wilbur, is that you?
It says, a traveler stood once in betwixt two worlds, desiring within a dense commotion lost. The heart that once was deep now shallow dug, and buried neath it chance that could be lost. The finest coal so black it could stop time, to introduce a void that could emit a smaller stone, much simpler in design, a world combined and more commotion wit. And at that point, the poem kind of trails off. You can tell that there should be more information, more art to this, but it's not on this cloth.
Ozzy's going to turn it over. Boom, roasted.
So you turn it over and you kind of turn it back, and there's nothing else on this cloth.
I thought I figured out your puzzle.
Well, so should
That's double-sided.
we dig here where the blood is?
Let's do it.
Because blood is in hearts. And heart was mentioned in this, and it said something about digging. I'm going to dig.
So you say that, and then you hear kind of a creak overhead, like a branch.
Ozzy's going to look up.
I'm going to look.
Wendy looks up.
I'm going to roll a perception check.
Okay.
That is a 2.
Okay.
You see nothing. In fact, any of you, if you look up to look around, you don't really see much of anything. But if you wanted to roll a nature check, that may help.
Ooh, nature.
Rolling a nature check. Fuck you. It's an 8. I'm not getting good rolls.
I got a 4.
15.
You look up at these trees around you and you notice that the two nearest you that kind of stand in between this pool of blood, or that the pool of blood is in between rather, are smaller than the rest of the trees around them, and they don't look like any other trees in the forest. And just before this happens, you're able to pick up that these are treants. And so you can quickly warn your compatriots, and then you guys can roll initiative.
18 initiative.
The forest's attacking.
I got a 15.
Ozzy has a 16.
Glint has a 15.
Roll off.
So Grabthar and Glint, who has the higher dexterity score, not the modifier?
14.
14.
Oh, geez.
Roll again.
Yeah, roll again.
6.
13.
All right. Wendy, you get to go first with that solid 18.
Okay.
So you guys know that these are both treants now, so you're able to act on that knowledge.
Wendy is going to primal roar.
May your hammer be mighty.
Oh, sweet. That is a modified 22.
You definitely hit. You kind of let out this screeching roar.
9 points of damage.
You see this treant is trying to lower its branch down. It's basically going for a slam attack, and you see it just in time. And you turn to it and let out this screeching roar that almost stops it in its tracks, and you deal quite a bit of damage to it. So next on the list is going to be Osrin.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Ozzy is at the base of one of them, right?
Yeah, you're kind of in between the two.
Okay, and how far apart are they?
They are individually about 8 feet apart.
So 8 feet between the two of them?
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle?
And you're in the middle.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement action first.
Okay.
To move back 30 feet.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Fireball at a 3rd level in between the two of them.
Okay.
A bright streak flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose within range and then blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. The target takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save or half on a successful one. The fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects that are in the area that aren't being worn or carried. So this could go kind of bad.
Yeah.
So I crit failed
Crit failed on your dex save.
because I'm right there.
Oh, are you?
Because they were,
And so
they were
is
all
Matt.
real close. Welcome to Sorcerers.
Well.
Welcome to being a sorcerer.
Yep.
All right, they both failed their saves, so go ahead and roll that 8d6. And who else was close enough to be hit by this?
I assume Wendy would be there.
I mean, I guess Glenn's next to it. It didn't really
You don't have
specify
to be.
otherwise. So
Yeah, you don't have to be. If you didn't say, like, yeah, I follow right behind Osrin, you don't
Yeah,
have to be right
That's
behind
why I
him.
assumed nobody was around me because like nobody
Yeah.
said that they were like right there up on me.
I mean, I just assumed that if I was close enough for you to read it to me, that I would be right there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fine. That's fine.
21 on my deck save.
You're good.
So Ozzy's just the one.
Yep. Ozzy, roll it 8d6.
2, 7, 10, 11, 13, 17, 20, 24.
24. So Grabthar, you I think take 24 damage, right? You were right there.
Yeah.
And Glenn, you would take 12. But you hear the trees crack and pop as they burst into flame and begin screeching and are brutally lit on fire and murdered.
Thanks for listening to The Mundane and the Arcane. We want to thank Carl for our cover art. You can find him and his work on Twitter at Natural20Shirts. That's Natural20Shirts.
We would also like to thank Alex with astronomicaudio.ca for editing our show.
And last but not least, we want to thank Big Papa, a.k.a. my buddy Nez, a.k.a. at Blue Eyes on Twitter for bringing Stacy's intro music to life.
Find us on social media by searching TMaTAcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Be a part of the show by emailing us at TMaTAcast, that's TMATAcast at gmail.com to make submissions for items, NPCs, shops, or anything else you would find in any D&D campaign.
See you, TMaTA.